It's AmunRa Khonsu. You're now rocking with Nolazine.
This episode is brought to you by the Loyalty Club, one of the hottest brands out, where they keep their items limited and only for the loyal few. Check us out online at theloyaltyclub.us, or if you're in the New Orleans area, you can check us out at our flagship store, 841 Fulton Street. You already know what time it is. Only for the loyal few, club time.
Right. So tell everybody where you from.
From Evergreen, Louisiana.
Except for people who've never been there. How you get there?
It's right across the river from Plantation, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, like, if you used to be coming from Kenner, Booty, etc., you know, pretty much a straight shoot, like Airline Interstate. It's a straight shoot already. Little small country town, country city.
What is like famous for?
Well, Evergreen Plantation is probably the most notable, I would say, site in Evergreen, Louisiana. It's about 5 minutes from my grandmother's house. They shot that movie Django over there, 12 Years as a Slave. They shot some scenes for Jeepers Creepers 3, I want to say, over there too. So it's very notable for that. You know, we got a lot of NFL players from my area too. A lot of sports figures, NFL players, professional basketball players, etc.
So, you know, I don't know if, you know, I don't know where all the, you know, if the slave plantations down here are, but like, have you ever visited the place?
Yeah, I done visited them before. Yeah, we've been there before.
It's how did it make you feel when you go on that plantation?
You feel an ancestral spirit. Like you definitely feel your ancestors. You feel a place where a lot of pillage occurred and took place for sure. You definitely feel that energy. The presence of the ancestors are strong on those lands.
And I don't know, it's just me. I think if I visited the place, I'd be mad. I would, if I wouldn't want that place to actually be up no more.
I mean, actually, I have like a campaign right now, not really calling for the destruction of them, but I feel like if they gonna stand up, the people of the community should benefit from the money that's generating annually. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the people should benefit from that. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of our ancestors, etc., were slaves on those plantations. So I feel like if they're gonna make that type of money from it, you know, they should at least disperse some of those funds to the people. If they're gonna stand up. But if I have a vote, I don't want them to stand up at all. I don't want them to stand up.
You actually grew up around the corner from one slave plantation.
Yeah, 5 minutes, bro. About 5 minutes. I could literally walk to it from my grandmother's house.
Have I seen a slave plantation, but I never actually been on the land. Like I was driving past, like, oh, I need to get out this area.
Yeah. Some of my homeboys actually grew up on the lands because, you know, they have what you call like sharecropping. You know, so like the certain people will work on the plantation. They weren't slaves, but they'll work for like room and board, food, things of that nature. And a couple of my homeboys, they have like this section in my area is called Johnson. It's like a straight shoot road, but they had a lot of slave quarters along along that road, and eventually they just became like not really apartments, but like almost like Section 8 housing.
Right.
And a couple of my homeboys grew up in those houses, like really grew up in slave quarter houses, like the same houses that slaves grew up in. Some of my homeboys grew up in.
And I tell people Louisiana and like Mississippi probably still still these states are like the closest to still having some like slavery going on.
For sure.
Like in prisons. Like I just interviewed someone from Angola. He was like, man, we was like in the early 90s, we was really out there picking cotton.
For sure.
Like
yeah. For
so
sure.
Like they still find ways to actually have slaves.
It's not so much I would say labor anymore. You know, everything is spiritual and mental now. Everything it's still slavery, but it's from a sense of control. Like far as I would say vicarious control, like other people controlling other people.
But
like
realistically, if they still control us.
Oh, for
like
sure.
Like for the media, like whatever you put in your mind,
for sure.
They still control us.
For sure. We
have to move a certain way.
Right.
Like even the schools are like kind of move the same way as prisons,
Right.
Like public school,
Right.
like you know.
Exact same way. I'm a convicted felon myself, and
I'm a felon. I came a felon in 2010.
Yeah.
I tell that story, and I be like, but I haven't went to prison.
No,
I'm a
me
felon.
either.
I've
Me
been to
either.
prison.
Me either.
But I
Yeah.
experienced
Yeah.
other stories, and I talk to people. And I actually, you know, people call from jail, so I seen it.
Right.
But it's like, it's still like going to that plantation, or like one of the small towns going to jail. It's like close to slavery in Louisiana now. I don't know about Mississippi, but I'm pretty sure it's the same.
I'm more than sure it's more than likely perpendicular. You know, I would be surprised if it wouldn't be. You know, but I tell people that as well. You know, I'm a felon too. I never been to prison either. My uncles, they have been to prison. You know, like he had mental issues. Now, you know, he actually ran with Booby. You know what I'm saying? Him and Booby real tight. They
Booby's hang out your way.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really close with Booby.
Yeah. Booby good people, man. I got a lot of love, respect for Booby. He got
And a lot of people from like Echo actually claim Booby.
Well,
in that area.
Not really. Echo, like the Lutcher area.
Lutcher and Reserve.
That's where he.
I think all that.
Lutcher, LaPlace, like that area. Lutcher, LaPlace. That's where Booby, you know, had stuck a lot of his foot at, a lot of his influence. You know,
I said that whole area. Man. I said Echo, LaPlace.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. He done been on my side too.
Yeah, the whole circle.
For sure.
Yeah, because people out there always ask me like, "Do you know Booby?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Booby, he a big figure out our way, man. He good people, you know. Like Ron, when I miss a good feature opportunity with him, like right when BWA was like real hot. You know what I'm saying? He was gonna do a feature with me.
People.
But no, it was some at the time I didn't have the money.
Right.
So that's what it was. You know, it was a business situation, but he still showed buku love on the back end. He'll share my stuff. He always, you know, I'm more than sure when he get out there, somebody asks about me. I respect Spokes, you know. So that'd be cool with me.
I tell people like Booby probably he's became the definition of who he say he is.
Oh, for sure.
Like any city I'm at,
sure.
Booby making sure I have interviews or whatever.
Yeah, Booby solid.
So you know,
real good people, bro. Like I said, at that time, they was doing a lot. They was all over the country.
Even other people that are from around your area, like you know, and like Oxnard, they still.
Yeah, Oxnard too. Ox used to throw the football with me. Like him and my uncle, they was best friends. Like they started well, you know, a rap group called Crack. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't say anything incriminating, you know what I'm saying? Because I really rock. I know them boys since I was
already about all that. So
all right. Well, cool. Well, my uncle, he actually was one of the originators of Crack Boys. His name Pac-Man, you know what I'm saying? That's my grandfather's son. That's my mother's oldest brother. You know what I'm saying? So he, you know, him and Ox was a lot of was like some of the early architects of that group or whatever, you know. But of course, headed by Booby, you know, with Booby influence, you know, Booby is a legend out here, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how that took place. Gotcha. I used to throw the football with me all the time. Yeah.
So how did you come up with your rap name?
It's African, bro. Like I actually going through 3 different monikers because I'm a lyrical artist and my music is more spiritual than, you know, of course I make music to grind and to hits or whatever, but I make music from a spiritual source. So my first name was G Swag. Like one of my engineers that gave me that name was a guy named Tony. He actually from Philly, but he got a lot of family from my area too. So he like grew up between Edgard and Philly, and I'm a lyrical artist, and he you know, of course he gravitates to lyricism. So he gave me that name or whatever. My last name Goldie, so he gave me that last name, you know, as far as with the swag or whatever. And then I graduated to Raphael Sparks. Raphael is my middle name. And Sparks was just something fly that I felt like sounded real good with Raphael. You know, I was looking to do something like a Kanye West, you know, one of those type of titles. And then how I came upon AmunRa Khonsu was when I discovered African spirituality and when I discovered the spiritual system that we worship prior to Christianity.
You know, Christianity, like people speak on, you know, like Baptist Christianity and different things. And like a lot of people don't really realize what they don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't know where it originates from.
So I'm kind of like glad that I kind of the private school first, because like that was like Christianity was actually on that subject.
Right.
And you know, and I tell people like, you know, Christianity and Baptist not too far along. Like it's kind of like it was forced on on the Baptist people.
It was for
well.
sure for us, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
like, cause I tell people like, y'all don't even know how the church is up,
No.
are actually open.
No.
Like it's like a union,
Right.
and like white people are over that union.
Right.
Like,
You know, they.
if you think you having a black church,
they get government funding, and they know different. I tell people, they're very similar to your city council.
Right.
It's like a private city council.
Because when I was young, I thought a community just voted up. It was like just voted up.
Didn't we all think that? We thought that.
Yeah, but the older you
matter
get,
with
you learn the
everything
business.
else.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is a business. This is still a
Yes.
business.
Yes.
Like,
Big business.
hey, but a pastor in his congregation cannot do what they want to do.
No, but I do shout out the pastors who are at least open-minded to knowing the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying what they preach not the truth, because I'm just not disrespectful like that. Even though I know pure truth, I'm not gonna disrespect someone else's path or or their purpose.
I tell people I don't knock their truth.
No,
but just don't try to force it on me because you will hear my truth.
Yeah, and my truth gonna really make sense.
Right.
Well, you ain't gonna be able to refute mine. But my mother's husband, Clarence Moller, he's a pastor. He has a church in that Second African. My mother's a first lady. He actually from the Magnolia Project as well. I hear, you know what I'm saying? And he's very open-minded, very intelligent. I could have open-minded conversations with Pop. You know what I'm saying?
Because people want to figure out why you feel the way you feel, and sometimes everything not gonna make sense to everybody. Because everyone is like different individuals, and everybody learn things different.
I say you gotta be chosen for that, bro. I say, like, in order to see the truth, you have to be chosen to live in it and act in it, because it's terrifying. And most of us, especially black people, we've been conditioned with fear. Black people are so scary. Like, I'm keeping it real, saying scary as a slang terminology, but black people are extremely fearful.
They don't really want to know the truth. They don't want
No.
And they don't want to fight for the truth either.
No, black people run from the truth, and they support lies, and they support lies with everything inside of them. That's why a lot of us, spiritually, a lot of black people just are really bodies. Just, they being controlled. They don't really have souls like that.
Yeah, but it actually come back from what we said earlier, basically. But we all kind of like still slaves, like mentally, because we actually believe what the media.
Well, the ones who believe that.
Yeah, because people, like, a lot of people ain't putting no research on it. If they see it on the internet, they believe it.
Instantly.
They see it on TV, they believe
Instantly.
it. Like, I had to tell my wife, like, everything on CNN ain't real.
No, I mean,
like, they
honestly,
put it out there way.
98% of it is not real.
I'm saying, but like what they put on TV is what they want you to see.
Oh yeah, clickbait, and they
like,
chop clips.
We had a conversation about Trump and Biden. I said, man, I like Trump because at least he's telling it how it is.
I love Trump.
I like, Biden.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
Like, I don't trust Biden. He come from the old club.
We both convicted felons. Yeah. We know what Joe Biden did. Right. Joe Biden is the illustrator of the 3 strikes rule.
Yeah, but Donald Trump actually was like, in New York.
So.
But like convicted because I'm not mad at them. I ready to show you the truth.
No, because his daddy was a bootlegger.
Right.
Donald Trump's daddy was a bootlegger. They didn't come up off money, and their last name is really not Trump. It's Trumpf. It's TRUMPHF.
I tell people.
Yeah,
Trump is nothing but a scammer.
His daddy come from the streets.
Yeah, but he's nothing but a scammer.
I mean, yeah, but he looked to scam the big people.
Yeah.
It almost like a Robin Hood concept. Yeah. Almost like, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He can be brought.
Yeah, he can be brought. And he's the only president that can sat in that seat to do anything for the people. I mean, regardless of how you look at it, I mean, he the only one that did something tangible for the people. Like, versus just a broken promises, like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, but it never get done.
And he pardoned a lot of people before he left and did all kinds of things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, free Weezy, man. Of course, he wrote that pardon for Weezy.
If you know the president that was trying to pardon his own self.
Yes, I mean, I don't have a issue with him. And then, because I want to say, who had said that? Charleston White said that the black community never had a problem with Donald Trump. Like, like when we was growing up,
Donald Trump
the rap was always all the time. The rap was always talk about him getting money like Donald Trump. He always would be in the videos. He always had a presence in the black community. He always did. So it's like that really showed how disloyal we are and how we'll just flip the script. depend on who can emotionally
Right.
get us riled up, and
Hey, but
depend
they
on
feel-
what it is.
I think older people, they more looking at it like, I think Trump says it the wrong way.
They vote for emotion because they
going like, oh, he talk about
they
black
come from civil rights.
Yeah, I'm saying, but the older people are like, man, he's saying Black John, like man, he might be, he's racist, but
No.
I trust his racism more than the other people that got
All day.
secret agendas.
All day.
Like the
All
ones with
day.
the secret agenda is the ones that be like, man, I'm
All
not
day.
voting for him.
And then the ones with the secret agenda is always ulterior motive. They come into you with a smile and a handshake, but really it's a frown and a dagger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it very, very dangerous. I say a concept like this, like whenever the Great Migration took place, a lot of black people left the South because a lot of the racism is visible, and they went up north because they felt like it wasn't any racism. But up there, the racism is a lot worse because it's invisible. Because at least in the South, on the plantation, you know who the master is. When you go up north, it's hundreds and thousands of masters, but it's still the same plantation. So it gets it's a lot trickier who to avoid or who to align yourself with, etc. So yeah, the wolf could definitely be in sheep's clothing,
Gotcha.
Up north for sure.
So, do you have any brand new music coming out of like features?
Yes, I'm working on an album right now. It's called I Am Enigma. Matter of fact, I'm finished it. Looking to drop it in the next couple months. Just grinding with it. Extremely lyrical, but also tapping into a new generation of sound. Experimenting and falling in love with the experimentation and discovering a new sound through a new era. Just being open to everything that's going on outside of my era and my generation, and also implementing my sound implementing and infusing my sound into what's going on today as well. So yeah, that's how I'm rocking, bro. At the moment, I probably don't feature this one, bro, because I'm gonna come with a volume 2. So on the volume 2, I'm more than likely come with more features, because I holler at a couple people, but certain people within their schedule, it wasn't able to, I would say, meet those demands that I had set on the table for certain things. So volume 2, I'm more than likely come with more features, but the volume 1 is it's gonna be a classic for sure. I recorded at the Hut down here on Dryage, so that's where I've been laying the project. Sounding amazing, all original beats. I got some of my personal producers on it. I'm working with some producers from Brazil, some guys from Sweden, another guy I want to say he's from Cuba. So just grinding with it. I'm looking to really do more international as well, because overseas they have more appreciation for lyricism. So I'm looking to really get locked in with some overseas promoters, producers, etc., to be able to get some opportunity over there. Yeah.
So, what separates you from other music artists out there?
Well, for sure my style, like my lyricism, I'm not even being biased or anything, but it's pretty unmatched when you hear me versus other artists. My originality, my voice, my delivery, my cadence, my metaphors, my storytelling ability, my versatility. I do a lot of singing as well. My range, and also my story, because everything I rap is 100% facts, is everything that I went through in my life, or someone close to me, that I may have witnessed, but everything is from actual encounters. There's no studio rapping, is none of that type of concept. But I am a lyricist, and anything I have did as far as hustling and everything, it was all for the music. I'll never be one of those who was like, yeah, I'm a hustler first, I'm a rapper second. Nah, I never was that. I always wanted to rap first. And me looking at hustling was a means, to infamy, because I'm like, if I can turn up with this, I can put this straight into my music, and I have more time, you know, to make my music and etc. because I wouldn't have to be on jobs and etc. But I also have worked jobs as well. I never been the type to not work a job because I want this bad. I want the music more than anything. Like, I never been one who wanted the street rap more than the music because you gonna get lost like that. You know, it's you do something with the music, then everybody in the streets, you know, they have so much respect for you, you know, because not only did you come from a place that they came from and you made something happen that was unseen and unheard of, you also brought opportunity for it to be a reality for them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then from my area, I'm the first artist to have music videos perform at South by Southwest. So like what I'm doing with this music is extremely historic because I'm the first to do most of it.
So being in the music industry for a while now, tell them what you enjoy most about it and like what you hate about it.
What I enjoy most about the music is the spiritual aspect. You know, the aspect of being able to heal yourself through the music. You know what I'm saying? Because I came upon making music. I was playing football at first. That's what I wanted to do. And I ended up getting expelled from high school. And when I got expelled from high school, I had already been experimenting with freestyling and etc. And a couple people from school heard it. A couple females, matter of fact, they're from New Orleans too. They had came to our school from Katrina. And they heard it and they was like, you know, that I could rap. They was like, you sound real good. You ought to take it serious, you know, just try a song, you know, and, you know, cause you sound real good. And I wasn't expecting people to like really take to it, you know, but when people took to it, I know I could do it, you know what I'm saying? So when I got expelled is when I took my music extremely serious. I didn't even waste time. I found out I couldn't play football anymore, and I immediately, you know, started downloading instrumentals and writing and things of that nature. And that was the beginning of me as an artist. And I would say the things I don't like about the music is the influence I'll say the agenda of influence that's pushed, that all artists are usually forced to be held to, like certain standards that I may not agree with or I may not want to rap on or partake on, whatever. A lot of times, from a sense of labels or societal influence, you're forced to make, not forced, but you're pressured to make certain music that you just don't want to make. You know, so it's as free as the art form is, the political aspect is what I hate. You know, it's so political. It's, you know, a lot of people who are in the industry, I would say, I'll never say no opportunities not deserved or earned, but certain opportunities are very unfairly given and etc. Or I wouldn't say unfairly given, it's just I feel like opportunity is not given as fair across the board for artists who are as talented versus artists who are I would say gimmicks. You know, the gimmick is like the number one thing with the music. You know? So that's what I would say I don't like about it.
Gotcha. So, I got a question for you. Like, how do you feel like the music scene is growing on Louisiana?
I feel like the music scene growing as far as the platforms, like your platform, Louisiana T, I love Baton Rouge TV. I got relationships with all those platforms, and I feel like those platforms are really helping the artists get to a wider lens, or at least it's helping artists who maybe didn't have no type of presence in certain cities to where now they have presence in those cities. So I feel like that's good, and a lot of people from Louisiana doing a lot of mainstream things, you know, so I feel like that's good as well. That could potentially bring opportunity back, but that's something that I feel like don't really occur like that, and that really needs to get better. Like far as the reaching back and looking out for other artists, you know, I feel like that could get a lot better.
Gotcha. So, like, what's next for you?
This album, I'm working on this album. I'm gonna drop this and work on volume 2 for that as well. And I'm just looking to continue to build my brand, get myself more popular, get my name bigger, get my following up more. You know, I've been able to do a lot of things, but I'm just looking to show that more on the visible side, because I did a whole lot on the groundwork, like years. You know, I had a deal situation in Los Angeles with a creative agency and everything. I did a lot. I've had a song with Courtney Hart when I first started. I done been recorded by Rod Smooth out here, you know, so I done did some legendary things. I'm just looking to put it more in a visible set, like just more my face to be known and to be able to have more opportunities from the work that I put in versus, you know, people asking me to do stuff that other artists done did and trying to hold me to those standards. We doing different things, you know, so I'm just, yeah, that's all I'm looking for.
And also, last but not least, tell the world, what can they find you on social media and everywhere else?
All right, AmunRa Khonsu on Instagram. You know, you spell it AmunRaKhonsu. YouTube, same thing. Twitter, AmunRa Khonsu 1. TikTok, AmunRa Khonsu 1. What else we got out there? So much social media platforms. Yeah, that covers all of them.
If you ain't doing an interview with Nolazine, what you doing an interview for?